Lot has been said about the Chinese defense minister's visit to Nepal and his scheduled visit to Bangladesh, which has now been cancelled. But what caught our attention was the snub to China by two crucial allies. WION brings you the inside story about these visits and how it did not end too well for China. So let's begin with the one visit that managed to take place. The Chinese defense minister Wei Fenghe arrived in Nepal with a lot of plans. Sources said that he had a lot on his agenda. Fenghe wanted a bilateral with the Chinese defense minister, a post held by Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli himself. But instead, all he got was a courtesy call from the Prime Minister. Beijing's next proposal was a meeting with the Deputy Prime Minister, but that too was declined. At last, the Chinese defense minister had to settle for a meeting with the Nepal army chief. Sources confirmed that the Chinese embassy in Nepal had also planned a lunch with former foreign ministers and defense ministers of Nepal. This too was shelved after the government expressed reservation. No meetings were also granted with any political parties or top leaders. So all Wei Fenghe got during his 10 hours in the Himalayan nation was courtesy calls by the Prime Minister and the President, and a bilateral with the Nepal army chief. China may have preempted the cold shoulder it was going to get during this visit, so Beijing came up with a press statement on the eve of the surprise visit, mentioning courtesy calls and the meeting with army chief. But the Himalayan nation wasn't the only one to snub China recently. Bangladesh too turned its back on Chinese defense minister, who was slated to travel to Dhaka, while no official reason cited by any side. The snub by Bangladesh is hard to miss. So what did China do after it was snubbed by two nations that were once its crucial partners? It turned to its all-weather ally, Pakistan. The Chinese defense minister rushed to Pakistan, meeting with Army Chief Bajwa and discussing matters of mutual interest and regional security. In the recent months, as Sino-Indian tensions escalate, Beijing has stepped up its push in South Asia, especially in countries like Nepal, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, countries which have traditionally gravitated towards India. India's recent visits to Nepal have rebooted ties between the two countries, and the recent snubs make it look like the dragon has been unsuccessful in its mission.